We are observing May Day 2020 in an extraordinary situation of corona pandemic and subsequent abrupt, unplanned lockdown declared by Modi government in India. The unorganized, especially the migrant workers who have been forced to get stranded in various states without food and shelter, are the hardest hit, facing hunger and job loss apart from major health crisis. The promise of lockdown wages, no retrenchment, adequate supply of ration, all have proved to be an eyewash. In these difficult times imposed by the governments, we firmly stand with the toiling masses, including stranded migrant workers, and we pledge to continue to fight for them. The frontline health workers, including scheme and sanitation workers, are not only compelled to fight corona without adequate protection of PPE, etc., and thus becoming victims too, but are also bearing the agony of stigmatization and physical attacks. Also, the frontline workers, particularly those at the lowest ranks, like health workers, sanitation workers, scheme workers, etc., are compelled to work in the crisis with extreme economic hardships. We firmly stand with them and pledge to continue to fight for them. After pushing millions of poor, unorganized workers into destitution, Modi government and corporates have started utilizing corona scare to earn profits by depriving workers of their rights and livelihood, and by hurriedly legislating pro-corporate, anti-worker labor codes while protecting the profits and wealth of the big corporates. To begin with, 4 state governments, including Gujarat, Himachal, Rajasthan and Punjab, have legalized 12-hour workday. Modi government has ordered DA freeze for 1.5 years till July 2021 for central government employees. It has paved the way for DA freeze for all sections of employees, including industrial workers, and also for the freeze of other allowances. The central government has showed the way to the states. BJP-led UP government has taken lead in withdrawing other allowances as well. Various states have resorted to DA freeze and also wage cut. The BJP-led Haryana government has put moratorium on new recruitment for 1 year. The employers are clamoring for ban on unions and withdrawal of the advisory on lockdown wages. Modi government is preparing financial revival packages for the industry and the corporates by robbing off people's savings in the banks, by looting public wealth, by intensifying exploitation of labor, by depriving rights of workers, and by scripting modern slavery. Modi government is working overtime, even in this period of pandemic crisis, to enact and enforce 4 labor codes that institutionalize and legalize wage slavery, worker slavery. At the same time, voice of dissent, democracy and constitutional rights as a whole are facing an added assault in the name of enforcement of lockdown. We pledge to fight back with all our might to defend our rights that were earned through valuable struggles and countless sacrifices. While the people are paying a heavy price for the COVID-19 pandemic and the lockdown, while they are forced to choose between deaths of corona and of poverty and hunger, the RSS BJP combined is busy with their hate-filled disinformation campaign, blaming China and Muslim community for the coronavirus epidemic, and is misleading the people by spreading fake news, superstitious beliefs and obscurantist ideas. We strongly condemn this communal campaign, which is rapidly taking the form of social and economic boycott and blockade of the Muslim community, and reject the intensified untouchability and stigma being created around the coronavirus. We pledge to do all we can to strengthen the unity and solidarity of the working people, to spread rational and progressive ideas, and to defeat the communal and hunger virus. The corona crisis has clearly shown that capitalism has failed. Particularly, its health system and health policies have failed, miserably failed. It has no concern for common people, but for profit over people. We rededicate ourselves to the mission of overcoming the destructive capitalist system and take a pledge to fight for a better society, an alternative society, a socialist society with justice and equality for the laboring people. We also express our international solidarity with all the people struggling all over the world. Inqilab Jindabad.